In this last experiment, we're going to talk about the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide is a chemical that is produced in our bodies, that our bodies and lots of organisms produce and need to break down. It's often broken down by an enzyme called catalase, and in biology you might actually do an experiment with potato and catalase, showing that potato cells contain catalase and can break down hydrogen peroxide. Looking at hydrogen peroxide in the formula, H2O2, you can probably guess that it breaks down into water and oxygen, okay, and then you can balance that formula. So we're just going to pour some hydrogen peroxide into this boiling tube, and we're going to warm it a bit and see what happens as we warm it. Hopefully you'll be able to see the bubbles of oxygen gas being produced. So we're going to warm it slightly, and if I bring it closer so that you can see, maybe you can see some bubbles of oxygen being produced as we warm this hydrogen peroxide. Okay, and it decomposes from H2O2 to water and oxygen gas. Okay, you may be able to see some bubbles being produced. This time I've got some hydrogen peroxide in my boiling tube, and I'm going to add a catalyst. The catalyst in this situation is manganese dioxide. This black powder, it's insoluble, it won't dissolve, but you should see bubbles of oxygen being produced. There I'm putting in my manganese dioxide, and look carefully, you should be able to see that bubbles of oxygen are being produced. We're going to get our glowing splint again. It's bubbling a lot. We get our glowing splint, we should see it relight as we bring it near oxygen. The test for oxygen being relights a glowing splint. And hopefully you can see it relighting over and over again as the hydrogen peroxide is converted to oxygen and water. Okay, test for oxygen. A glowing splint will relight in the presence of oxygen. So a catalyst speeds up the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen.